Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Toffee here with some Discworld MUD gameplay. This is some higher level gameplay on a Order of Midnight Wizzard. As you can see here, I've just left my cottage, which is in Stoat, which is in the Ramtops. This game is Discworld MUD, which is a free-to-play MMO text-based game, and I'm playing a character who consorts with the dead. As you can see here, he's reanimating a skeleton for use later on to sort of tank some damage that might come towards me and basically add to my survivability, which is always handy. Now I'm checking to see whether the cocoons in Gloomy Forest are up, and they are up. There's 2 cocoons there, so I'm heading there now with a portal. I've been playing Discworld MUD for 20 years now, and I find it's a very fun and addictive game. I've had so much enjoyment out of it throughout my life playing Discworld with lots of different characters. I played a hunter for a long time, and I played, well, one of every single guild at various points or another. So I'm just cutting the cocoon now, and fortunately there's just a druid in that one, so it's not that useful. The next cocoon has a giant spider, which is okay. Really, I'm hoping to get a group of vicious spiders, but I couldn't see any in those cocoons. I got a TM, that was that yellow text there, which was nice, in special unarmed. So that's part of the Discworld MUD leveling system, is that you can improve your skills just by practicing, and you can level them up that way, and that's what happened there. Also, as you can see in the top left, I have an experience point counter, and it's letting me know how much experience I'm making per hour at the moment, and hopefully that goes up through the course of this session. Also, you can see various statistics in the middle left, and that's how many attacks I've managed to defend and how many attacks I've managed to launch and how many NPCs I've managed to kill. Most of the time I spend my time killing NPCs on Discworld. I find it quite enjoyable. It's sort of like an action RPG where you can just grind NPCs or non-player characters for loot, and I find that quite enjoyable. Although there's other forms of gameplay like missions, delivery missions, sailing, sausage missions, lots of things like that. So what happened there is I went to the bandit camp to see if there were any bandits. Unfortunately there weren't any, and so I tried to leave and portal to the smugglers, which is another good hotspot for making experience points, but I unfortunately misported to Stoat, so I'm just having a quick look around there to see if there's anything worth killing. Sometimes there are groups of outlaws in Stoat, which are quite good experience points, but I couldn't see any. So you'll see shortly here, yes, I'm portaling to the smugglers to try and check that place out, see if there's something to kill there. On the bottom left corner you can see my GP, which is guild points or sort of mana as it is in this game. That tells you what it determines what I can do even with my characters. So as you can see here, I'm doing a fireball with a spider eye, Praggy's firing gaze, to kill these smugglers. We're in the smugglers now, and as I cast spells my guild points goes down, but it regenerates over time as well. My hit points are staying at the same at the because I have 3 shields protecting me. You can see that where it says TPA, CCC and EFF, and those are my 3 shields which are protecting me. That's a floating shield, a stone skin shield, and a pneumatic shield which get past my floating shield. So I found a few smugglers in here, but it's pretty empty. Sometimes there's large groups of like 20 around that amount of smugglers, and that's quite dangerous. And if my floating shield drops during one of those sessions, then it can be very dangerous indeed. But so far my floating shield's staying up with these smaller groups of smugglers. There's a group of 3 which isn't too bad. You can also see that I'm using a combination of melee fighting and spells to get the job done here. I'm using unarmed fighting with a tentacle, which is one of the newer items added to the game in the last year or so. It's a really fun looking weapon, I think, and not only does it do damage with striking in melee combat, but it gives a bonus to grappling, which is supposed to help you with my shoving, but as you can see there, I just missed all my shove attacks, which is a shame. But nearly sorted out the smugglers now, just the last few rooms, and then I'm going to move on to a Phoebe Central and sort out any NPCs there. When I say sort out, I mean kill mercilessly, of course. There's a few other players here, so it doesn't look too good, but I did manage to find a hoplite, or hoplite even. I'm using a demon summoning spell to kill that one in 1 hit, which is quite satisfying. I only recently learned that spell, and it's really handy for single target tough NPCs, I find. So there's 2 more hoplites, and I'm going to use Praggy to kill those, because there's a group of them and it's just much easier. There's a group of them there. You can see the map on the top right hand corner, which shows you where I am. I'm in the harbour market in Aviv. In the middle top you can see the chat in the 2 channels, iGame, which is the channel for information about the game, and Wizzard, which is the Wizards channel, which is all the talk about wizardry and spells. Goes there, I think, usually. Right at the top you can see that I can see around me, I can see the NPCs around me and where they're grouped up. So I can see a few on the map there. It says the directions where they are, and I'm looking to get as many as I can in one go to do a big Praggy, which is the group fireball spell I mentioned earlier, and that will maximize the damage of the Praggy and enable me to kill as many NPCs in one shot, in one go as I can, and that gives me a lot of experience points. Well, hopefully anyway. So you can see the sort of cyan XP numbers coming up. 21k is not too bad for just some fairly easy to kill NPCs in a Phoebe. So now I'm heading off to Vespolagic, which is a separate continent. It's also got some high level NPCs, such as the Imperial Guards, which I just found one now, which I'm going to use the Dr. Keller Flump's Deadly Demon spell on as well. And as you can see, that just killed it in one shot. It doesn't always work like that, but if you get a good cast, then it will kill it in one shot. It also has Ronin and Samurai, which are fairly tough to take out, but not as tough as the Imperial Guards. The main thing you'd want to be killing in this city is the noblemen and the thug captain groups, which are near this area. There are also a couple of hotspot areas similar to the smugglers' caves, such as the Medina and the Snail, but I don't know if they're a bit tough for me to deal with solo, so I'm just sort of going around that area at the moment. Here's a captain and thug group. The NPCs in this city run from spell casting, usually, apart from the Imperial Guards, which don't run from single target spells. But these thugs kindly decide to stop running after one running away session, so they can be pragging quite easily just by following to the next room and then pragging from there. There's another Ronin. I'm trying to shove unsuccessfully. I obviously need to work on my grappling skills a bit more, but the kicks to the face seem to be doing a decent job, as well as the tentacle. All the while the skeleton is there, adding a little bit of damage, and by launching attacks itself, it can slow down my enemy's ability to defend and attack, so that helps a lot. Also, some of the attacks are directed at the skeleton, which does make me a bit more tanky, a bit more effective at fighting myself. So this short video is coming to an end now. I hope you find it useful. Hopefully I didn't say too many times. I'm just doing this in one take and see how it goes. I hope it gives you a taste of what it's like to play a high level wizard character, or fairly high level wizard character, on the game Discworld MUD. There's a lot to do, like I say, apart from killing NPCs, and you can explore the world and you can socialize, you can even become a player killer and use the skills you would use on NPCs, on other players. It's a very charming game. There's a lot of humour to it, and I find it very fun, definitely. So if you want to check it out, there's some links in the description for this MUD client and for the game itself. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you have a good day.